And my one big rule of thumb, you take corporate money, you don't get my vote. You don't support single payer, you don't get my vote. If you do both of those things, I'm certainly listening. And we take it from there. And some people would call that an unreasonable purity test. I call it a very reasonable test. I call it a bare minimum of entry. It's amazing the things we tolerate in politics that we wouldn't tolerate anywhere else. Like people that are like, oh, you don't. They take corporate money, so you won't. That's so unreasonable. How is that unreasonable? If you had, let's say you were at a restaurant and somebody served you a cup of coffee and the cup of coffee had shit in it. And you were like, hey, I'm sorry, this cup of coffee has shit in it. Why is there shit in my coffee? And the server goes, I'm flawed, and there's this guy at the bar that doesn't like you, and he gave me $30. What can I say? Would you be like, oh, well, I'll still write you a good Yelp review. I get it. You needed the money. Would you tolerate that? Would you go back there? Would you give them a positive Yelp review? No, you wouldn't. But in politics, we accept it. We accept, oh yeah, you're going to accept money from this entity and do their bidding instead of the bidding of the voters. You're going to throw the voters under the bus, but that's what you have to do. And what can you say? You're flawed. You're a flawed candidate. You're not a flawed candidate. A flaw is when you have a bad temper in traffic. That's a flaw. Taking corporate money and doing corporations' bidding instead of the bidding of the voters, that's a choice. That's a conscious choice. And if that's the choice you make, I don't want to vote for you. Because you're not a public servant. You're not a public official. You're a corporatist stooge. And you made that choice. You chose to be that. Nobody made you do that. You chose that. And that's not an unreasonable purity test. That's a minimum barrier to entry. And people that don't see it as anything but, like, what? Oh, come on, Ron. And if you think that's an unreasonable purity test, you're willing to drink a cup of shit coffee. That's what you're saying. You're willing, hey, I get it, $30. All right, here's my shit coffee. I'm going to enjoy it. Hey guys, thanks for watching. That was a clip from Get Your News On with Ron, the world's first viewer-curated streaming news show. What does that mean? That means I log on to a stream and people tweet me articles over on Twitter at Ron Placone, or they use our Reddit subsection, which is just Get Your News On with Ron over on Reddit. And that's how we build the show. I'm seeing all these articles for the first time. We are literally getting our news on together. Follow me on Twitter at Ron Placone so you can participate. And this show streams live every Tuesday through Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So please do tune in. If you want to support this show, you can do so over on patreon.com/Ron Placone, where for as low as $1 a month, you get access to exclusive podcasts every week, exclusive videos, free tickets to shows when I'm performing in your town, and more for as low as $1 a month. Please do consider it. Thank you so much for your support. This has been Get Your News On with Ron.